Hello YouTube, this is Frank, and this is January 22nd, 2025, and this is my 92nd video, and 7 out of 8 for Libre Computer, and we're looking at the Libre Computer Tritium running an NTP web time server with a GPS plug, and this is number 7 out of 8, and the topic is ntpviz. So let me move my board down, and let me show you what I got. Let's see now. Right, let's see. Disclosure, I have no financial, employment, personal, or family relationship with any brand or product. I purchase products that appear in my videos with my money. I'm retired. I just put her around. AI was not used in this video. There are no AI generated images or text in my videos. And this is the 7 out of 8. And this is install ntpviz optional. And when Hurricane Helene came through, it crashed a NTP server that I had, and I think I've got a picture. There's Helene. It came through Georgia, well, Florida, Georgia, up there, and it crashed my time server. So I built a new one. I got that going, and since I'm retired, I went ahead and just made me some test time servers, very different variations. Let's see, now I got 6 variations here that I'm testing. I did find some of my extra Raspberry Pis from 2019, and I'll try to get those going. In the test configurations, got a GPS receiver and a get a cord right here, and a little single board computer. And so what we're doing is hooking up a GPS to a single board computer, and I'm testing various configurations. And on some of the configurations, I've got GPS-D in there to read my GPS receiver, and the other way, the other configuration I've got, I'm just going straight to ntpd using that driver. So I just kind of wanted to bring that to your attention. Short summary. Now, if you don't want to watch, let me just tell you what this video is. And in the last part of this video, I show some long-term graphs of the GPS receivers. Just get to section 6 of this video if you want to see that. If you just want to skip over and see the graphs I've got. Now, short summary: I would not recommend installing ntpviz. I installed it on one of my test Tritiums, and I decided not to install it on any of my other Tritiums. There are a lot of graphic software and statistics software out there. A spreadsheet works fine. If you just want to get you here's a spreadsheet right here. It can get you some statistics, draw a graph, and there's an offset right there, a fudge time. And you don't really need to install, well, I don't need to install all those software packages from ntpviz. And before installing ntpviz, check out the dependencies before you do that. I would recommend, because I was surprised at how many dependencies there are. Now, later in the video, I'll show Dygraphs for longer time periods. Let me show you the Dygraphs web page right here. Dygraphs. That's the JavaScript charting library. and it's a interactive charting library. And that's the home page there for Dygraphs. If you've never seen Dygraphs, so let me get over here. Let me get back. Let's see. ntpviz uses gnuplot to create static graphs, and I have used gnuplot at work for about 20 years, so I'm familiar with that. But there's other packages out there, is what I'm saying. Here's gnuplot. That's the web page for that. Let me get back to my notes here. Now I am not seeing the 200 millisecond offset problem that they're saying in the GPSD time service page. Let me show you what I'm talking about. When you see the graphs, I just wanted to bring this to your attention. Let's see, I believe this is it right here. Go to the GPSD time service how-to, and just kind of scroll down. And now they are making 1 pulse per second time servers. Now I am not doing that, but they do say they do have a paragraph here about their 200 millisecond stability thing right there. So I'm just not seeing that in mine. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. That's in the how-to up there. I'm going to get back to my notes over here. Let's see now. And another thing is, now if for an isolated network, Crony may be a better choice than NTP Secure, and I'll show you that page for Crony. And I need to look at that my own self, because if GPSD cannot handle those things that I'm seeing in my graphs, I may want to go with Crony. Let me show you Crony right here. So they have a comparison of NTP implementations, Crony and NTP, and I think down at the bottom of the page down, at the bottom of the page, let's see here now. I believe it's it performs better in isolated networks, and I may need to check this out. This it sounds like it might be a better solution for my application. Oops, let me get back to my tab over here. All right, now that's the quick summary. Then let's get back to our thing right here, what I want to talk about. Now if you don't want to watch the video, let me just show you what the Dygraphs look like. Let's see, I think I've got it right here. Oops, I mashed the wrong button. I think it's this one right here. Yeah, this one. Oops. Shouldn't be that. Yeah, this one right here we go. This is the Dygraphs. If you've never seen that, you can. It's an interactive charting package, and this is for I think maybe a month of data. Let me get that. Now, that's just a quick look at it. Let me get back over here. Now that was just a quick look. You can see it has dynamic graphs. Now ntpviz, that uses those static plots from gnuplot. Now let me show you the, I think I've already showed you the gnuplot web page, but let me show you the, I believe it's right here. These are these static plots from ntpviz. Those are gnuplot. I mean, I've used that for 20 years at work, and that's fine. But I kind of like those interactive graphs from Dygraphs. Now, even if you do not install ntpviz, I would recommend saving your data. There's a default 8-day window that scrolls off of that directory right there. And I just wrote me a cron job to save that. There's probably other ways. Now, in all of my projects that I'm doing here, I'm using a 64 gigabyte PNY Premier X card, 64 gigabyte. They come in 5-pack bulk packages, and this past Black Friday, the bulk pack was $22. Let me see, I believe I got it right here. Ships and sold by the Amazon, and see Black Friday they were $22 there for, and that's what I use for my projects. Well, for most of my projects, small projects. I would just save the data. I get plenty of those. They come in a bulk package too. Those 64 gigabyte, the 5-pack bulk package. Let's see now. Where am I at? And after installing, I installed it on one of my servers, test servers, and I'm just not going to install it on anything else. That spreadsheet, let me show you that spreadsheet I did. There's that spreadsheet. You can, if you want to just get some quick statistics, a lot of spreadsheets have those descriptive statistics. You can plot your graph and then plot an offset over there to move that that fudge time up or down. Let me see here now. Oops. Yeah, they have ntpviz has a long list of check your dependency list before installing. There's other graph packages out there. I've got a Dygraphs. I believe it's this one here. And I'm going to, there's a selection right here. And see, here's my check boxes right here. I can check off, click the those data series on and off right there if I want to look at a series, or if I wanted to look at the series right around 0 there to see how much that is varying. And that's with Dygraphs. That's very. I like the Dygraphs for the interactive charts. So let me get back to my. And there's other graphing packages out there. Let's see now. Now, what I'm talking about, now I'm not talking about a pulse per second video with that microsecond accuracy. Just a few tenths of a millisecond is okay for my purposes. And if you, I believe, yes, here's the this computer that I'm on now, the Windows computer. See, it's off by about 1/4 of a second. And for consumer PCs, that's fine. I don't have an application that needs microsecond accuracy. And here's that technical note from NIST. If we go to page 38, there's that table. And for stock market synchronization, see 50 milliseconds for automated orders. Now let me show you. Let me just go up a. Oops. Let me just kind of go up a page here. And so here's their rule right here. Their rule at a minimum of 50 milliseconds. And that's fine for me, 50 milliseconds. I don't need microsecond accuracy, just 50 milliseconds is fine. So let me get back here. And there's the, and so what we're doing, I've got a Tritium server with my Tritium server with my GPS, and right now what I'm doing is I'm connected to the internet right now. I'm just I just want to observe to see what kind of accuracy I can get before I plug it up to the router, and that's what I've been doing the last couple of months. And so when I get through, I'm going to take my Tritium and plug it up to my isolated router and use that for a time server for those devices. And that's where I'm going. That's where we're headed. That's the goal. Okay, now for the details. Now I did install ntpviz on that test 1 server. Let me just show you now that I did it. Let me just show you. So we'll change to the to that. I made me a directory on that server, and I believe it's this one right here. And if I do a ls, and I made me a directory. I'll just change over there to that. And so you can see I've been playing around with it a little bit. Let's see, that ntpviz, that's where I found that error in their statistics. But anyway, let me just show you what now that we're here. Let me. Now it's looking for this directory right here. Well, let me just the default. Well, let me just show you what I'm talking about there. The log ntp secure. It's looking. I'm going to be getting the data, the peer stats from this directory right here. And now this is an 8-day window. Well, yeah, an 8-day window. I think that's 8 days. That scrolls off. Now I wrote my cron job to save these data files into another directory. But then let me show you before I get lost in what I'm doing here. Run ntpviz. Oh, here it is right here. That's what I'm going to be doing. Now I'm going to pause the video. It takes a couple of minutes for that to run, so I'm going to type that command in, and then I'll pause the video while it's doing that. ntpviz and directory var log ntp secure, and it will be careful now. It's going to create a directory. I think I've got it right here. It overwrites any graphs that you have. So if you want to save your old graphs, that's what I did up here. That's what these directories are. I saved my my graphs in that directory. So I'm going to execute that, and now I'm going to pause the video. It takes a couple of minutes for this to run. Let me pause it right here. All right, it just finished, and that's this directory. So there's that directory that it just created right there. Let me just do a ls long. There it is. See, January 22nd. We just created that directory right there. Let's see now. Let me get back to my notes. So now that we've got our directory, the graphs are in that let me gotta move my cursor down right here. Yeah, so my graphs are in that directory. Let me get over there and list those NTP graphs. So that's the graphs that we just created. Let me just I'm going to do it long. Oops, I forgot to do the directories. Graphs, NTP. Yeah, these are we just created these right here. Let me just bring your attention up here to the index HTML right there. Now, how do you see, now that we've got those graphs, how do you display those things? Oops. Now, how do you display those? How do you display those things? So, one way would be to now when you install ntpviz, they install an Apache server. Now you can copy them over there to that server directory. Now, I would not do this. Let me show you. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. There's that. I'm gonna just go over there to that server from this. Let me get over there to it. Oops. Let me get back over here. Where am I at here? Let me get this window. And it was H 192, 168. See right here. They installed an Apache server over there on that Tritium. And what I'm saying is I would not do this. I don't need an Apache server. Let me get back over here to my notes. Now, I don't need an Apache server to display some graphs. One way you can do that, you can copy those graphs over to a server directory to your computer, and that's what this. Let me show you this right here while I'm thinking about it. So that's what this is. I'm on my local Windows PC, and I just copied the directories over here to my local computer. That's one way you can view those graphs. Another way, let me get back to my notes. Another way is you can just run a Python server over there, just a server for just to show those graphs. Let me change over there to that directory. It's NTP graphs. And this is that command. Let me show you what it is. This is that command that I'm going to type in right here. This right here. a Python server, and that's the port right there that I'm going to type in. Let me just type that in right here. What was it? Python? Oops. Python 3. Was it HTTP server? I think that's what I was going to type in. Let me just check. Yeah, that's what I'm going to type in over there. And that just starts a little Python server. See, right here. And all we got to do is go over here. Let me get back over here. Let me see if I can get back over there. Right here. See if we just go to that port we just did on the Python. See, there they are. They pop up right here. See, we don't need a Wednesday, January 22nd, right here. Excuse me. See, we don't need an Apache server to display these graphs. That was a little Python server, and that's all we need right here. So let me get out of this. I'm just kind of ranting right now. But I think it's worthwhile though to tell you. Oh, let me just show you how to stop that server. So now we got it running. See right here, just Control C, it stops the server, and then we're back to a command line. So that's all I need to display those graphs. Just get you a Python server applet thing right there. All right, let me get back to what I'm doing. And let me show you why I'm not going to install ntpviz on any of my other servers. Let me get over here to my now this is one I have not installed, ntpviz. Now let me show you what I'm talking about. Just simulate the installation of ntpviz, and you just type that in. Let me get up here and type that in. Apt simulate. Let me see if I can remember what I'm supposed to be doing right here. Simulate install ntpviz. Simulate install ntpviz. Now watch this right here. I was shocked at the number of packages that it's going to install just to show do a few statistics and display some graphs. So look at all this stuff that it's going to install. See, there's an Apache web server. I was just shocked to see all the dependencies that just to run a few simple statistics and display the graphs. So that's my rant right there. It's just alarming to see. This is supposed to be a secure NTP secure, and not only do they install that package there, but they install what, a couple of dozen other packages. Now, how is that going to be secure? Is what I'm saying. So I'm the more packages that I install, that's the larger the attack surface, the attack surface. So anyway, that's kind of my rant on that. I just would not install ntpviz on any more of my computers. Yeah, there's that 8-day window. I kind of showed you that 8-day window. Let me get over there and show you that 8-day window. That, let's see here. Should be able just to. There it is. That's what I'm talking about right here. And I think I've got a. Yeah, let me show you. Oops, I messed the wrong button. Let me show you. I've got a directory that I saved all my data in, and I think it's this one right here. ls save. Yeah, see, there's all those the data. I wrote a cron job to save all my data files. Now there are other ways to do this, but I just brute force it. I just wrote me a cron job and save the data files. See, now I'm using those 64 gigabit cards, and I just buy that bulk pack, and there's plenty of space on those 64 gigabit cards. So even after 10 years, I still got 50 gigabytes free on those cards. So let's see now. Yeah. So what I'm saying, see, if you just want just a quick summary statistics, make you a graph, and then an offset, I recommend that route to go instead of ntpviz. Now ntpviz, it does depend on gnuplot, and I have used gnuplot for about 20 years at work. It is nice for static graphs. I put in a production environment that I put a timestamp on those on those gnuplot graphs. Now, if you do want to those gnu-plots, I would just install gnuplot. It's not very hard to get those gnu-plots going. And of course, there's other graphing packages out there. Now let me show you this right here. Dygraphs. It's a JavaScript package. It runs in a browser. You don't need to install anything. I've used Dygraphs for about 10 years at work. Now, when I show you those graphs, I'm just not seeing. Let me get my. I want you to kind of keep this in mind that I am just not seeing what they're talking about for their quality issues. I'm just not for these inexpensive GPS receivers. These GPS receivers, I'm just not seeing this 170 milliseconds or 200 milliseconds. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention and keep that in mind when I show you these graphs, because I'm just not seeing that. Let me get back over here to my notes. All right, let me go through those test things. Let me show you right quickly what I'm talking about. I wonder if I can. Let me get to the top of my page right here. This is what I'm talking about. I've got all these test time servers, and I'm going to go through the list and show you what I'm seeing on those graphs. Now, some of them, let me show you now. Some of them, I'm using the GPSD And some of them I'm just going right to, I don't even have GPSD installed on some of those. And I think I've got it in the title. So I'm kind of bringing that to your attention too. So let me go down to my, oops, let me get it right here. Oops. Let me pause this right here. Oh, I got to remember what I'm doing here. Yeah, let me get back over here to my, yeah, let me show you the graphs. Oops. The graphs are test 1 through 6. Now on test 3, that's the one that I want to kind of bring to your attention. This is the one I've got set up right here in on my table. And see this one right here? I think that's my Tritium that I'm going to use for my time server for this video. And so I just wanted to bring this one to your attention when we get over there. And let me, oops, yeah, right here. Okay, here's the first one. And I kind of wanted to bring this to your attention. See, I'm not sure exactly what I was doing right there, but you can see that point right there. But let me, so you can zoom in. These are interactive graphs, and you can zoom in on these graphs. Just you gotta. All right, see, this is. Let me just zoom in to about right here. See, this one. This is the offset from those GPS things, and then here's my fudge. You know, when you kind of want to fudge it, and there's the 0 line right here, 0 time, and see, there's 50 milliseconds right there, and see, I'm not seeing. I mean, it's certainly oscillating around maybe what 10 milliseconds plus or minus right here. Well, maybe 15, really. But see, I'm not seeing the 200 milliseconds will be way down here. But I am seeing, see right here, see what I'm talking about, this right here? Now I am seeing that in my graphs. And what I'm saying is, you know, if NTP cannot handle that, I want to try Crony to see if Crony can handle that. See right there, if something's kind of gets out of order there for some reason, but Crony, I believe, uses a 12-day moving average for their server. So, but that's kind of what I'm talking. That's the only thing that I'm seeing. Well, there's a few other things, but I mean, I'm not seeing the 200 millisecond thing like what they were saying. Let me get, okay, that was the test one with the shared memory module, $20 ublocks. Okay, the next one, I've got the shared memory model with I've got a ublocks 30. This is the ublocks 30, and let's just zoom in on this one. And yeah, see this one, the ublocks 30, 8030. I don't see quite as much. You know, oscillation there, but there's, you know, it's certainly not, you know, in the microsecond range. But it is, you know, so there's 20 milliseconds right here, plus or minus 20 milliseconds. Let me show you this right here. I made me some check boxes, so if I wanted to, oops, let me select this right here. Yeah, so if I use my check boxes, I can, you know, look at whatever data series that I want right there. So that's what I'm saying. You know, I like the digraphs, the interactive digraphs. Now this is the third test with the shared memory model, $20 uBlocks receiver, 7020, and I kind of want to bring this to your attention. I was graphing these my data files every day with Dygraphs, and I noticed that one right there. That looked strange to me. And I came in here and I looked at it, and I had placed some items in front of my receiver, and it kind of blocked the receiver, and that's what that is. It kind of blocked the receiver, and there's that clock that's just kind of, it's got a linear thing right there, kind of like the clock is, it blocked the GPS signal, and there's that linear thing right there. And I see the next couple days there, I kind of noticed that, and then I did it again because I wanted to see what it was going to look like. And so what I'm saying is, see if I were to block that and it kept on going, I imagine, what I'm thinking is Crony would be able to, once I moved the items out of the, once I moved the items out of the way, that were blocking the signal, I'm thinking that Crony would be better at resyncing down there here to my GPS signal. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Anyway, that was kind of neat. I thought I never thought about blocking the signal. But anyway, let me get back to my other graphs. This is the fourth test. Using the Tritium with the uBlocks 7020, and I did not install GPSD on this one. I just wanted to see what it would look like without the GPSD. Now here's, I don't know what I was doing right here, but I do see those types of things in my data. So let's just zoom in again. Let's just zoom in. So there's 1 second right here. We'll just zoom in. Yeah, there's I'm just looking at the I have not calculated any medium or average or anything like that. I just wanted to look at the data to see what it's looking like with no GPSD. That's the main reason I put this here. But see, I'm still not seeing there's 200 milliseconds down here. I'm not seeing, that thing bounce around that much. It's just within, 80 to 40, 20 milliseconds. 20 milliseconds, that'd be right, approximately. Okay, let me get to my other one here. This is another one. This is the Alta. I wanted to see if the Alta, what it would look like with the uBlocks. And I did not install GPSD. Now wait, let me just show you this. See, there occasionally I do see these observations. It might be several seconds off, but I haven't seen anything where it kind of goes off and stays. See, there's 200 milliseconds right there. So if we zoom in again, and this is that Alta with the uBlocks 8030, and heck, see right here, it's almost. I haven't done anything. It's almost staying within about 50 milliseconds. without even any adjustments. All right, let me get to the next one out here. This is the sixth test. Oh, I just no GPSD, and what I wanted to do on this one was just buy the cheapest little receiver that they had on Amazon, and just to see what it would look like. Now see right there, there's about, it's almost 2.5 seconds off right there. Well, no, that's 2,500 seconds. I was doing something and I forgot what I was doing, and I kind of missed it. But that was kind of like that's my fault right there. So let's just zoom in and just zoom in right here. Now there's 200 milliseconds right there. I'm just not seeing. And this is the cheap, inexpensive GPS receiver. And see, I mean, I don't know if it's kind of difficult to tell if that's any worse than the other expensive receivers. You know, if I were to, let me just zoom in just a little bit more. You know, I could bring it up to the 0 mark, and certainly it would be within my 50 milliseconds is what I was kind of shooting for. And that's the inexpensive GPS receiver. Now let me just show you, just bring this to your attention now. These are the NTP days right here. Now I want to just bring this to your attention. Now these are see down here, these are the NTP days converted over to calendar days. Let me zoom in a little bit. And yeah, this is that sixth one with the GPS receiver, and this is and so that's milliseconds right there, milliseconds. And so if I zoom in, if I saw something I wanted to look at, so it's January 28th, January 29th, January 30th, and oops, I can drag my graph here if I wanted to. You want to look at my. Anyway, that's what I got. I wanted to show you what I've been looking at so far. That was the date on the x-axis. I showed the blocking the objects. So that's the end of this video, and thank you for watching.